5 Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. Unlock your wealth potential. Have you always wished to be a millionaire? It's not all about heredity or luck, though. It all comes down to forming specific behaviors that lead to financial success. And what do you know? You are still able to develop these habits. We'll expose 5 straightforward but effective behaviors of self-made millionaires in this blog post. They might be your path to financial independence even though they're not very complicated. This isn't your average get-rich-quick plan. Are you prepared to take the first step toward a richer future? It all comes down to making tiny, consistent changes that can have a significant impact. Now let's get started. First secret. Self-made millionaires have lofty, unattainable objectives. Toying too safely while creating goals is one of the major mistakes people make again and time again. It's even encouraged by society. That's because the accomplishment of a goal determines a person's value in society. Hear this: if you create safe goals, you won't be motivated to behave appropriately, much less find the drive or enthusiasm to stick with it when times are difficult. Consequently, likely you won't even reach that more manageable objective. You don't create objectives based on their likelihood of being met. You make them into someone else. Huge objectives alter your perspective. It's essential to immerse yourself in the emotions of your lofty objectives and envision them daily as though they already exist even before you have faith in their eventual realization. You will get the insights necessary to turn them become reality if you live there. As an example, I can recall using this visualization soon after my daughter's terrible birth. A few months later, I had the wild notion to tell thousands of people about our Rewired initiative. We produced sales of over $800,000 in just 6 months. After that, we produced an additional $800,000 in 10 days and nearly $1 million in 5 days. I'm not telling you this to impress you. Rather, I want to emphasize to you how important it is to avoid setting goals based on their likelihood of success. Since realism is the quickest path to mediocrity, you make goals to transform yourself. Your value is not determined by your accomplishments, but if that's how you view it, you'll always act against yourself and make less progress toward your objectives. Instead of doing what most people do, which is to imagine their big objectives, visit and live in them for a short while, and then return to believing that they are unachievable, I'm going to teach you how to believe that your ambitious goals are achievable. Secret number 2. Millionaires who made it on their own remove any unneeded anxiety from their lives. Anxiety prevents you from thinking creatively, makes you less resourceful, and causes you to shut down. It is a waste of time to worry. However, worrying may seem like the only way to feel in control if your mind is programmed for mediocrity. It feels as though you have more control over something when you worry about it and give it more attention than you do. Worry drives away the answer to your issues and, on the other hand, compels you to work on them for longer. Millionaires who have created their way in life don't worry since they understand that their time would be better used coming up with answers. That's not to say they act as though their issues don't exist. They certainly do. Challenges are lovely gifts that help you develop. Individuals who believe they shouldn't have problems in the first place are the ones who worry. Imagine living a life in which you can recognize an issue and to effectively tackle it. Let go of the anxiety associated with it. You'll solve problems 10 times more quickly, and this is one of the methods we'll discuss in Rewired. Number 3 secret. Millionaires who make their way work hard at the right things. Permit me to clarify what I mean because I'm about to say something that might appear contradictory. The secret to success is not to work more. If it were, everyone who put up the necessary effort would succeed, which is untrue. It's also not how much effort you put in. If you put too much effort in the wrong direction, you won't succeed in your goals. All of which is to imply that your hard effort will not provide the desired outcomes if it is not aligned. Such work necessitates push motivation and determination. If those are your sole sources of motivation, you'll eventually run out of energy. You want to draw into something. Aligned action occurs when a pull incentive steers you in the proper direction. When you're working on the right things and working hard at the right things, you're doing aligned action. I'll walk you through identifying those right things and how to position yourself such that you're pulled rather than constantly pushing and forcing yourself the next week. 4th secret. Millionaires who created their way know how to use unwavering confidence. The majority of people believe that confidence is something you acquire over time. It's not. Put this in writing: a person's internal level of confidence is determined by how they view the future and how they relate to it. That's it. Check in with your confidence when things seem hopeless. How confident are you? Not very excellent, particularly when your future is your primary concern. What if your main priorities are influence, love, service, and all the wonderful things you wish to create? Confidence assessment. You best believe that as your energy and creativity increase, so does your confidence. You can choose to be confident, and it all depends on how you see the future. You must reach a point where you can decide to be confident in an uncertain circumstance. You can succeed to the extent that you possess the ability to manage ambiguity. And you've guessed it, I will truly teach you how to trigger confidence whenever you want and rewired. Number 5. Perfection is eliminated from the lives of self-made millionaires. Put this down. Outstanding is 70% perfect. Failing at 100% perfection is not success. The lowest ideal you can have for yourself is perfection, as it ensures misery regardless of your actions. Perfection assures misery in a few instances. First of all, you always find yourself yearning for the how, that is, the precise way everything will turn out. When you do this, you will study until your eyes bleed, but you won't act because you're too overwhelmed by the details. Denying your failure is another way that perfection ensures sorrow. Consider it. You cannot fail if perfection is required of you. However, you will never succeed if you never fail. Without failure, success is impossible. Even if you know that rationally, you're still playing it safe and cautiously skirting the margins of your dreams. That simply indicates that you are living life to avoid losing rather than to win. Perfection ensures agony in 3 ways. It makes everything you accomplish feel insufficient. Even if you cross everything off your to-do list, reach new heights, and complete goals one after the other, it will never seem like enough. It's as though you're pursuing a ghost. However, self-made millionaires are not flawless. They take action. Their value isn't determined by their accomplishments because at that point, when you've successfully rewired your brain for success, you are deserving regardless of circumstances. Your sense of worth is never affected by the outcome. How liberating would it be to know that your sense of value would never be affected by how well your aim turned out? Perfection, you see, is merely the fear of not being good enough or deserving. You yearn for the how because of this. That's the reason you strive to avoid failing, even though it seems like you're pursuing a ghost. Your need for perfection can only go away when you accept that you're deserving in any case, and that can only occur if your mind is programmed for achievement. Discover your innate creativity. There's more good news here. You have the makings of a genius. You underestimate your intelligence. You possess more untapped creative and mental capacity than you have ever used. There are 100 billion cells in your brain, and a complex network of neurons and dendrites connects each of those cells to up to 20,000 other cells. This indicates that there are more conceivable configurations and permutations of brain cells than there are molecules in the known cosmos. You have an endless and boundless capacity to generate ideas that will aid in your success. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.